Hey, there's why. This is a first video in a series using the Canon M50 to practice action shots. We're looking at a simple way to use motion in simple video shots using the Canon M50. Now, first of all, let's take a look at Peter McKinnon, the master of videography, and see why motion is so important for video.
Motion in shots is so important. It could be the most mundane thing, but if the camera's moving, it's helping move the story along. More motion is gonna give you more cinematic results. More motion is gonna look more professional.
Okay, so motion's pretty cool to use, and of course, as Peter McKinnon pointed out, you look more professional, but a lot of times you'll have to use something, some tech, even if it's low tech like this slider. And the slider's great, but even with this slider, you end up having to go through and really practice with this. In some cases, use something like a rubber band technique to kind of get the smoothness down. And that's why a lot of people will use something that's motorized, because there's more consistency with it. So in this video, we're just looking at, let's say, a creative entrepreneur, you've got a product, like this or similar, and you want to take some video of it, but you have that motion in there. And so a napkin is a great way to achieve a nice smooth result without having to, spend money on tech or the time to kind of get that down. You still have to spend some time with this napkin to kind of get the motion down, but it's a lot less of a learning curve than some of the other tech. Of course, with what you're doing with this napkin motion is part of something larger. It doesn't necessarily stand alone by itself, although it can. It's something part of the larger, kind of like a Legos. You do your different parts of the video, and they're like pieces, Lego pieces, and you can put them into place, move them around. So this is part of the larger part. But if you get this down, you can use it with a lot of different ways. So here's real quick what some footage of using the napkin looks like. Okay, so now you've seen the footage. Let's look at how that's done. What you're doing is just moving the napkin. You're putting it on the camera and then just pulling it ever so slowly. And with the flip out screen on the Canon M50, you can actually go ahead and set it up so you can watch what you're doing. Otherwise, you can use the remote app that Canon gives you, and you can basically look at it through your phone or iPad. But the flip out screen works well, and you can basically just pull along nice and smooth, and you do several of these pulls, and you just keep going until you get it. You may need to stop and get it to focus, but usually it's pretty quick if you initialize what it's focusing on with the first part, and then thereafter it'll continue to focus. So it's a really easy technique. It's deceivingly simple, but it can really come in handy to do with a series of products. And you sit down, do a batch of them, sit down with a bunch of items. And the other key part of this is, of course, is light. And if you can get natural light, great. Otherwise, you'll end up having to use different things like this here to basically, as an auxiliary, to shine light upon, what you're filming or around it, or diffuse light, of course. You can do your natural light. You're better off that way. And then just keep practicing it. And if you do a whole bunch all at once, then, you'll end up picking one small, really short segment and throwing the rest of it away. Really easy technique, but something you can practice with the Canon M50 and get some good results, and also help you sell whatever you're offering. So hope you found this helpful. Go ahead and check out the link below. And I've got, this is part of a larger series. It's 5 days of action sequences, and they're short, easy to do and practice and get down, but they add a lot to videos. So check it out. If you subscribe below, there'll be downloads and different things you get, along with an email prompting you to check out the video. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time.